Okay. Oh, got it. All right. We are being recorded. Okay. Let us start off with welcome to our strategic communications plan. The title of this plan slash project is Leaving Your Leftovers for the Less Fortunate. And it is a service-based project, which means that we do community service and these are our ideas based off of it and what we want to do to help. It is being presented by myself.
Oh, me, Ivana.
And me, Joanna.
Wonderful. Okay. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Aha. Okay. Just got some nice pictures to set the mood. Okay. Starting off, talk about, there we go. Sorry about that. So when we came up with our idea of saving food for the less fortunate, our focus was solely on who the people without food are. And given a little bit more thought, however, we came up with the hypothesis that most food waste comes from bigger families. This makes sense because portions can be difficult to dish out when you are feeding more people than yourself. We want our target audience, families, to find out our message and think about the food that they waste and how that affects the community. Did you know that 40% of food in all of America is wasted slash thrown away? A lot of this is leftovers. The thing is that everyone knows that hunger is the problem in the United States. Yet no one who has food really knows who's hungry. We want our message to reach our audience in a touching yet sad way to help them understand that it's as easy as dropping off leftovers. We want our message to take many forms, such as t-shirts to ingrain the image of our brand into our receivers' brains. We also want our flyers because they're cheap and reach a lot of the ground level people. Another thing is we have links where you can sign up and we know who you are and we know what you're going to drop off at what time and date. Finally, we also have digital videos such as commercials or social media posts. Commercials is more long-term. Social media posts are cheaper. They're affordable. You can buy quick ads on apps such as Instagram, TikTok. Right. So, yeah. All right.
All
Moving
right.
on.
So, on to where we volunteered. So, I'm in a separate town. I'm in a much smaller town. So where I volunteered, it's more of a local run organization. It's called Shepherd's Kitchen. I don't have any pictures from there. But basically it's a kitchen and thrift store. So they're always looking for people to volunteer. They put that directly on their um, website so that people know that they're always looking for volunteers. Um, it's a so in the kitchen you're doing food packaging and food distribution, and then in the thrift store, you're usually helping them sort and organize any donations that come in. It was really fun getting to meet people in the community, especially since it's like I said, a smaller town. And it was a lot of fun. Everybody was really nice there. Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Uh, where me and Nate volunteered. We volunteered for the nonprofit Volunteers of America. They actually have several locations in Utah or other states. And what you could do is sign up for a location and sign up for what you would want to do. So they have meal prepping for breakfast, lunch or dinner, or you could volunteer to sort donations, or you could personally donate things. But the one that we chose was volunteering at a shelter for women and children. And what we did was prepped a meal for both the women and children. We had to go purchase the things and cook the meal. And what me and Nate decided to do was spaghetti and meatballs. The portion that we did was a big portion for, I would say about 15 people. And we went to the kitchen and helped clean up, wash the dishes. Something that was really nice is that we got to see the smile on their faces and we got to meet them and they greeted us and it looked like they were really happy. So yeah, we had a good time and yep.
It's great. Very great.
So
All
moving
right.
on, that leaves us with the question is what Slick students can do to help. Um, we encourage you to go out into communities and volunteer in your own, at the organizations near to you. We volunteered at food organizations, but you can go to other places like Salvation Army, which has like thrift stores and stuff like that. This challenges the assumption that, people who are less fortunate are kind of annexed from the community or a separate part of the community, but a lot of times they're people that you live among, people who may even have their own homes. They just can't afford meals for their family, or they can't afford to put brand new clothing on their backs, or even provide brand new clothing for their kids going to schools. So it helps you to see that, people who are less fortunate are right in your community. They may not necessarily be homeless people that you see on the street, or people in other countries that you see experiencing homelessness and food scarcity.
Well said.
The most impactful thing about this learning experience was seeing the joy and the smiles on these people's faces, and it really made us see that we are very fortunate to be able to have food on our table. When we first went and volunteered, we didn't know that we had to purchase things. We thought it was like the other one where you go and just help prep and help them out, but they're like, oh no, you have to go purchase the things, cook the meal, you could do whatever you want. So we were a little bit like, oh, what should we do? But as soon as we stepped foot in there, we saw and we were greeted. The staff, everyone was super, super friendly. Everyone looked like they were super, super thankful for what we did. And we did it with a smile on our faces. We did it without complaining, because we're doing it from the bottom of our hearts at the end of the day. And I think that's the biggest learning experience about this project, seeing and being thanked by them. And yeah.
I agree. That was great. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to talk about, I have some technical difficulties here. As I'm screen sharing, there's a bar on top of my screen. It makes it difficult to move to other things. My apologies. Okay. Moving on. We're going to talk about our deliverables and the reasons we chose them after talking about the context of our project. Starting off with t-shirts. I will move this to slideshow presentation. T-shirts. We believe that t-shirts are a great medium of communication and deliverable. Personally, in our demographic and psychographic, you can see that a lot of kids love to rep merchandise or clothing that supports nonprofit brands, because it shows, hey, I care about this nonprofit brand because I bought this $20 t-shirt that goes towards funding this. It is a super popular marketing plan nowadays, which it also helps disguise a lot of nonprofit organizations to being for profit. Anyways, moving on, flyers. Flyers are great for ground people. They're cheap, they're affordable. You just apply them and they're there. It's a good way to spread word, as well as spreading events. If we were to, for example, in December, it's very common for lots of organizations or companies to put together a food drive where they collect a lot of cans, non-perishable items to spread to the less fortunate and share with a lot of the community. This is popular during the holidays because a lot of people believe in giving gifts and sharing, their wealth. So we think that's a great way to spread that. Another way to do this and also spread word is posts, Instagrams, and pictures, the social media. A lot of our target audience, being a lot of people, we hope to reach a lot of the demographic of teens throughout social media. A lot of people love to post, that they're helping out the community. I think that's a great way that we can do this. Something else that I just thought of while Ivana was talking about the community and helping out people that you may not see often is, I think that using our social media would be a great way to show pictures of us helping out our community and helping out the less fortunate, feeding them, giving getting some food on their plates. Our Instagram tag is right there, leaving_leftovers3 on Instagram. We have one post, sort of a test post, some good stuff. Links to our page. I'm actually going to. Oh, all right. So here is our sign up sheet. The way we would like this to work is, you put your full name, your phone number, your email, just a way to contact, what you plan on bringing, and just an others option sort of there. We hope that maybe we can get a few just to start off, or maybe this can get some ideas flowing and where. This is also still sort of in workshop. We're hoping to get a location. Maybe we can meet up. That's why we want to have those events, is because it's easy to have the location there. I totally just exited out of something. Sorry, some more technical difficulties. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Finally, we want to end off with some supplementary factuals, some supplementary data. Here we have some data and graphs from the ranges of 2018 to 2020. It shows food insecure people in Utah. Food insecure basically means that they do not have secure food on their plate every night. These are people that go into bed hungry, and malnourished. You can see that it has grown over the years, and we hope that these facts can interest you. All right, moving on.
Alrighty, so with all of that being said, and being shown the sign up sheet and the t-shirts and stuff, we encourage you all to sign up, for our event and for events like those within your community if this isn't something that's near you. It's a great way to get into your community, again, like I said, to kind of challenge what your assumptions are about people who are less fortunate, and to connect with others.
We would also love to give thanks to these nonprofits that let us volunteer, because at the end of the day, they do rely a lot on volunteering, and they do risk people not showing up, or so those volunteers mean a lot to them. So we are very thankful that they gave us that opportunity to let us volunteer and share time and spend time with those people. And it's also a really good learning experience for both ends. Some things we could have done a lot better is communication, since this is an online class and we did sign up for volunteer work. Communication is a strong aspect that we need, and we could have done a lot better. I'm not going to lie. Could have done a lot better on our strategic plan and just our communication in general. But I think we got it, and we were able to communicate really well. We were able to meet up, do these team meetings, and after all, we got to know each other, and it was really well. And yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I believe this presentation is actually one of our strongest points as far as this project has gone. So I'm very proud at where we have gone. All right. Yes, that being said, let's move on to our final part.
Yeah, so if you have any questions about anything that was brought up in our presentation, or if you're needing to reach out to us about any questions that you have regarding any further information, you can reach out to Nate, and then he'll connect with us. Thanks for watching. And I think that's all we have.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Very good. Great.